All right, we got a couple of days before the default deadline. No deal has been reached yet, and the president continues to issue warnings. For example,
the last time that the Tea Party Republicans flirted with the idea of default 2 years ago, markets plunged, business and consumer confidence plunged, America's credit rating was downgraded for the first time. To actually go through with it, to actually permit default, according to many CEOs and economists, would be, and I'm quoting here, insane, catastrophic, chaos.
we got that. So is the president trying to get the markets to react negatively, maybe for the first time in my memory, to put pressure on the GOP to cave? Here with his thoughts, Varney and Company's own Stuart Varney. Stuart.
Yes, the president is directly blaming the Republicans. He's spinning the word default. We do not default at midnight Wednesday if we don't have a debt ceiling deal. We simply don't. We've got a long time before we actually default. And the president is playing the fear factor here. He's saying, watch out, the stock market's going to plunge if those wicked Republicans don't fall in line and get an agreement. All this is not working for the president. Number one, the stock market is not falling. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is around 15,300. It's only 300 points away from open question, but there is clearly progress towards some kind of deal. But remember, it is a can-kicking deal.
It is.
You just kick it down the road to December, kick it right down the road to January. You're going to have these same arguments all over again in a few months. But you've avoided this deadline.
You know what's interesting? It's the December 13th deadline. That's when they have until they sit down and work out a budget.
Yes.
A budget that looks at sequester and says, is it necessary to gut the military to this extent? Is it necessary not to give people any control at all over the cuts that went by that got our deficit down?
Yes.
So that'll be an interesting 2 months.
Very interesting. Mid-December is the time when we have to decide where are we going to spend our money in the future. And the sequester cuts are up for grabs. The president and the Democrats do not like these sequester cuts. They want to change them. The Republicans want to keep them in place. Same argument all over again mid-December.
Do you know what's crazy? And I know you don't get caught up in it. People are talking about the Democrats want this, the Republicans want this. All we should care about is getting our budget in line. How to do that should be the interesting, because we've already raised taxes. So how to move the money around? Why are we even thinking of? Why is it okay to raise the debt ceiling?
I think that the level of public frustration and anger is as high as I've ever seen it. I mean, it's really intense out there. People are royally annoyed at what's going on. They want a deal.
Right. And they want a deal, but what does that deal look like? And we'll see what the House says about this, because it all started in the House.
Yes, we shall.
We're going to watch Varney and Company at 9:20 today.
Yes,
If we watch 9:15, we'll watch an Imus. So watch at 9:20, okay?
9:20 it is. Thank you very much, Brian.
All right, 4 minutes before the bottom.